What's going on, guys and girls? Knenga here. Just thought I'd bring you guys another deck. Um, this is something you've really seen a lot on my channel. I even have some viewers that refer to me as like the Chaos guy. I've been doing Chaos for years and years and years. I remember the recent one I've been doing was like Lightsworn Chaos. I did a variant many years ago, but I think it was in 2009. I did like a Chaos beatdown deck. Um, just I don't know. I just there's something about lights and darks and being able to just bring them out, remove from playthings to pay for their cost. I don't know. It's just really interesting, and they always bring a lot of interesting effects to the table. And I'm pretty sure you guys are kind of burned out on Chaos because that's been everywhere. Chaos Dragons. This isn't a Chaos Dragon deck. Trust me. There's like I think one dragon in there. But yeah, I mean that's kind of unavoidable. Um, but you guys will see what I mean. Check it out, and I hope you guys enjoy. What's up, guys and girls? Well, back with a vengeance. This deck, I decided to take a third spin on it. This other one that I did, I think maybe about 6 months to a year ago, was definitely the most recent one. And this one really goes back to the roots of just having fun, a little back and forth. I know that we're in this downtime. Nationals is over. Nobody's really competing in regionals. I don't even know if anybody's holding any. I'm pretty sure there might be some out there. Worlds is coming up. People that qualified for Worlds are obviously, they're probably not going to tune into this. But yeah, this is definitely for more of the lulz and fun. It's not really that outrageous. It's pretty strategic, and it's really fun. I had a lot of fun building this, and I'm gonna have even more fun playtesting with my friends. So, without further ado, here you guys go. All right, first off, we've got two alchemists. We got the dimensional alchemist, of course. You have to run this guy. This guy is pretty sweet. Can obviously plus you one whenever you get him destroyed. There's many ways for you to be able to destroy him. Feel free to remove pretty much anything you'd like from your graveyard, whether it's a BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, whatever you want. This thing is pretty sweet and is definitely there for you to toolbox. And obviously one of his best friends is Blackluster Soldier, Envoy the Beginning. This guy is awesome. He's just a straight up beat stick. Sorry for my dog there. I don't know who the hell he's barking at, but he's really pissing me off. Another one of his best friends. We've got two Chaos Sorcerers. I was debating on running three. I just really didn't want to push the limit of over 40, which I didn't. This is straight up a 40 card deck. So two Chaos Sorcerers. Again, feel free to remove whatever you'd like, because Alchemist is there to retrieve anything that got removed. Next up, we've got two Doom Caliber Knights. This guy is really awesome. He's kind of like a check. Think of him as a knight, like in chess. Obviously, you want to, whenever you decide to make a push, whether you exceed or anything like that, and your opponent has things that stop that are monster effects, like Thunder King Ryo. Thunder King Ryo can screw over a lot of decks that have inherent summons, from like Chaos Sorcerer to Blackluster Soldier to Dad to Judgment Dragon, any synchroing and or exceeding. So you normal summon your Doom Cali, and you can just go ahead and exceed synchro as you wish, and they'll be foolish to try and Thunder King Raya that monster. And if they don't, they'll be looking down the barrel of a new monster and a 1900 beat stick that will definitely run them over. Play it strategically though, because it will go off on your own stuff if you don't watch it. Next up, we've got two Thunder King Ryos. They're pretty much, go hand in hand, a dark and a light. They both tribute themselves, they both stop things, and this one will prevent your opponent from searching their hands with like Pot of Dualities, which this deck doesn't run because it doesn't really need it. Next up, we've got the pretty much staple 3 tour guide from the Underworld. This thing is just amazing. I hope the September ban list doesn't come down too hard on tour guide, really. Most speculate that it will. I wouldn't doubt it. But tour guide's definitely a godsend for this deck. Gets you either one of the tour guides or the next following target, which is pretty much obligatory. We got the one Sangan, and you will be exceeding a lot in this deck. So rank 3s is pretty awesome, and that, you know, Zen Mains is coming out really soon, which is why I don't have him in my extra deck right now. But as soon as he does come out, you know, I'll be jumping on that bandwagon pretty soon. One Judgment Dragon. Now that we get into the remainder of the deck, of course, you got your Judgment Dragon, and you've got all the Light Sworns that follow. We've got Lumina, one Lila, and I'm only running one, and you'll see why later. You got one Garroth. You really want to hold down your mills. You don't want to go off and mill a ton of stuff that your Pot of Avarice won't be able to help you out later on, or, you know, even mill the Pot of Avarice, which is pretty bad, that I do run in this deck. One Right Coat. We've got 5 Light Sworns. That's pretty much all you need to make this deck go off. They'll all end up in the grave or be fed to your your Soul to Recharge. One Honest, because you've got plenty of lights to abuse him with, and even if you do remove him from play, you can do an Alchemist trick and put him back into your hand, which is not bad. We've got 2 Effect Veilers. When Doom Cows aren't enough, Effect Veiler will definitely be there to hinder any of your opponent's monsters that try to make an offensive. One Gore's the Emissary of Darkness for your ass when it needs to be saved. One Plague Spreader Zombie for your sinking tricks is the only tuner in the deck. And last but not least, we've got 2 Necro Gardeners. Alright, now for your basic spell lineup. This is pretty basic for the deck. I don't think it's any more than like 9 or 10 cards. It's really straightforward, which is all you really need. You mainly rely on a lot of effect monster effects, which is pretty cool. And more than likely, most of these spells won't get stopped. I don't really see a reason why your opponent would want to Solemn Judgment any of these, unless, you know, it's really going for a game like a Monster Reborn, or they're like, you know, you're using Heavy Storm or anything like that. But most of these will go off. We've got triple Solar Recharge as your draw engine. It's one of the best draw engines in the game, really. One Charge of the Light Brigade gets your Light Swords to more accessible use. One Allure of Darkness. Like I said, removing really isn't a problem when you've got Alchemist. You'll more than likely always have it. It has to be destroyed though, but you'll always have it. And it's also one monster that normally will stay on the field because your opponent really won't want to kill it themselves to give you a plus off of it, mainly because you get to choose what you get. One Pot of Avarice for getting back those Chaos Sorcerers, your Blackluster Soldier, and your Exceeds, your JD, of course. All that back into the deck for another reshuffle and a chance at getting at it. One Book of Moon, one of my favorite -1s in the game. And then the last 3 cards have, you know, they don't need any introduction. Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, because if you're not playing these, then you're not doing something right. And Dark Hole. And for the trap lineup, it's very basic, only 4 cards. Not your conventional stuff that you would normally see for like a Light Sworn build, or anything that has to do with Light Sworns. We've got one Torrential Tribute. That's one way of destroying your Alchemist when your opponent doesn't want to, and your opponent's really getting in your face with about monsters. It's a really great card, and it'll check them whenever they tend to overextend. And 2 cards that I'm tending to tech right now, mainly because this deck really doesn't run back rows. If you bluff with a spell and you get away with it, you're a pro. 2 Malevolent Catastrophes. If they even do try to attack over one of your monsters, you can punish them with one of this. It's really good, and they really won't expect it right now. A lot of decks do tend to run a lot of back rows, and they probably will have the Starlight Road, but they more than likely won't have the second Starlight Road. And this deck paces itself pretty well, and you more than likely will draw at least 1 to possibly 2. And then, of course, the final card in the deck, we've got one Starlight Road for any of those Heavy Storms or Dark Holes, or even possible JDs that your opponent may run, or any mass destruction. You know what this card does. It's just another card that doesn't need any introduction. It's just a really good card, and it will check your opponent. It's pretty awesome. I remember when it first came out and it made its debut in a Shonen Jump, I was there. Didn't see too much play, but nowadays it's really out there with all the mass destruction cards. And as for the extra deck ladies and germs, It's pretty basic, and like always, I will do it in the same fashion more than likely, mainly because I don't particularly stay to a certain amount of like 15. Me and my friends have like a huge extra deck that we just mess around with because we tend to use different types of decks at different times, and we get tired of just separating 15 cards per deck. But this is what I'm running. We've got a Granosaurus, Leviair. The level 3s are very, very crucial, especially if you've got Zen mains. If you don't have it now, you will get it soon, trust me. Gemnite Pearl. This one right here is the one you truly, truly need. Leviair Sea Dragon. Thing is amazing. Number 39, Utopia, which is always great. Photon Strike Bouncer. You can make that with your Chaos Sorcerers. And it's also a light, which is pretty sweet. A lot of monster effect negations in this deck, apparently. Also Insect Exa Beetle, which is also really good, and you can also make it with your Chaos Sorcerers. I've done it before, and it's actually pretty nasty. Send your face up defense position Necro card into the grave. It's pretty badass. Then you've got your Synchros, which your Plague Spreader, and you can re-abuse it with Leviair Dragon if you ever have to remove it. But this deck can Synchro for special amounts. But you mainly want to have like Bryonac, Catastor, Black Rose. I just include these other ones as just utility. You also need Stardust Dragon since you do run the Starlight Road. Scrap Dragon, of course, and Mistworm for your Lumina. Bring back a level 4 Light Sworn shenanigans. But that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. And until next time, rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Hit me up on Xbox, PS3. Gamertag is Knenga. Hit me up on all those places. And I actually met a few guys, and I'd give him a shout out too if I knew his YouTube channel. I know his Twitter account is like at oh jeez, you guys made me forget. Anyways, I think it's like at ALNDAV or something like that. He's a pretty sweet dude. I played some Modern Warfare 3 with him. He's pretty badass. He kicked my ass in a couple games. But anyways, until next time, rate, comment, subscribe, and peace.